On November 3rd, 1957, at 2:30 Coordinated Universal Time, Sputnik 2 was launched into space. It was the second spacecraft launched by humans into Earth's orbit, but more importantly, it was the first to carry a dog into space, and her name was Laika. Laika was born in 1957 and lived her life as a stray on the streets of Moscow in present-day Russia. Like other Moscow strays, Laika was chosen by Soviet scientists because they assumed that stray dogs were already able to endure extreme cold and hunger. When she was taken in by the Soviet personnel, she was given many nicknames like Curly, Little Bug, and Little Lemon. But Laika ended up being the name that was popularized all around the world. In preparations for the Sputnik 2 launch, Laika was trained alongside two other dogs, Albina and Mushka. 10 days before the launch, Soviet physician Vladimir Yezdovsky chose Laika to be the primary flight dog. The other candidate, Albina, was chosen as a backup as she had just given birth to 3 puppies and Vladimir thought it was cruel to separate them so early. The third dog, Mushka, would be the control dog. Before the launch, Vladimir took Laika home to play with his children and later said himself, "Laika was quiet and charming. I wanted to do something nice for her. She had so little time left." Just prior to liftoff, Laika's fur was sponged in a weak ethanol solution and carefully groomed. An iodine solution was painted onto the areas where the sensors would be placed onto her body to monitor her functions. One of the technicians that was preparing Laika's capsule before the final takeoff later stated, "After placing Laika in the container and before closing the hatch, we kissed her nose and wished her bon voyage, knowing that she would not survive the flight."
The Russians have not said so officially, but they have indicated strongly an effort will be made to bring the dog back to Earth alive.
At peak acceleration during launch, Laika's respiration increased nearly 4 times the pre-launch rate, with sensors showing her heart rate increasing to 240 beats per minute from 103 beats per minute pre-launch. After reaching orbit, Sputnik 2's nose cone was separated successfully from the main spacecraft. However, a section named the Block A core did not separate successfully. This would eventually lead to Laika's death as it prevented the thermal control system from properly operating, gradually increasing the cabin temperature to 104 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius. After 3 hours of weightlessness orbiting Earth, her heartbeat settled back down to 102 beats per minute. Approximately 5 to 7 hours into her flight, during her 4th orbit of the Earth, all signs of life from within the spacecraft from Laika were lost. It's hard to even fathom how scared Laika must have felt all alone in outer space. Although it's incredibly sad, her memory lives on. She's memorialized in the form of a statue at Star City, the Russian cosmonaut facility in Moscow. Her likeness can also be seen on stamps as well, along with songs and even a graphic novel inspired by her. Laika's memory lives on as not only being one of the first living animals in space, but the first dogs in space. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you made it this far, I appreciate if you'd leave a like and comment, and make sure to subscribe as well, because this is a new kind of series that I want to do here on the Bobby channel, because being a dog myself, I want to talk about a bunch of really other important dogs. So thanks for watching, guys. Okay.